What if I told you the most important moves in the bedroom don't belong to the body at all? They belong to the heart, the mind, the small promises you keep, and the way you make someone feel seen. Tonight I'll show you 7 things women quietly and fiercely crave in the bedroom. Not tricks, not theatrics. Things that build real closeness. 2 of them are simple. 2 of them are often overlooked. Stay with me. This will change how you show up. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you care about deep connection, if you want your intimacy to be calmer, braver, and more electric, you're in the right place. This is a Stoic-minded guide to intimacy. Practical, reflective, and free of pressure. Over the next 4 parts we'll unpack all 7 longings with ancient wisdom, modern compassion, and retreat-style practices you can do at home. If you want more honest guides like this, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and leave a comment below. Tell me which craving you think matters most. I read every comment. Now, part 1. We cover the first 2 pillars: emotional safety and trust, and being desired and appreciated. Each point includes a Stoic insight, a deep reflection, and a practical retreat or exercise you can do immediately. Read slowly, breathe, and remember, Stoics teach that the quality of our inner life shapes everything we give and receive. Let's begin. Point 1. Emotional safety and trust. Short summary. Before anything else, women crave a safe emotional container. The kind of presence that softens fear, allows vulnerability, and keeps promises. Why it matters: audio tone, steady, reassuring. You can have perfect timing, a tidy schedule, everything planned, and still fail to connect if there's no emotional safety. Safety is not the absence of tension. It's the presence of steady attention. It's the knowledge that if you flinch, you will be heard. That if you speak shame, you will not be shamed. It's the confidence that missteps won't be used as ammunition later. This is a profound, practical love skill. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to be upright and consistent in the inner life. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you regulate your inner reactions, you become someone who can hold another's vulnerability without being swept away. Ask yourself, quietly, when was I taught to hide fear? Who in my past modeled steady attention? How quickly do I move to fix instead of listen? Note the first memory that comes up. Don't judge it, just notice. That memory is a key to understanding how you react in intimate moments. This is a one-day partner practice that trains emotional safety. Morning, 30 minutes. Begin with a check-in ritual. Sit facing each other. 1 minute of silence. One person speaks for 3 minutes about how they are. No solutions allowed. The other listens without interrupting. Switch roles. Use a timer. Afternoon, 60 minutes. Do a promise inventory. Each of you writes 3 small promises you want to keep this week, e.g., I will put my phone away for 90 minutes after dinner. I will ask before I touch. I will say when I feel distant. Read them aloud. Agree on one accountability check-in at the end of the week. Evening, 30 minutes. End with a breath-holding exercise for presence. Sit back to back, synchronize breathing for 5 minutes. If emotions rise, name them aloud. I feel, not to fix but to be witnessed. Micro habits to build trust, short, actionable. Keep small promises. Reliability compounds. Apologize quickly and specifically. Avoid caveats. When upset, use I sentences and avoid blaming. Practice the 60-second listen. Let the other speak undisturbed for a full minute before responding. Place your hand on your partner's arm. Say one true thing. Right now I notice. Pause. Let it land. Pause 4 seconds. Point 2. Feeling desired and appreciated. Short summary. Women crave to be genuinely desired, not objectified. To be appreciated for their being, choices, and small truths. Desire is not a performance checklist. It's the feeling of being noticed in a way that affirms your value. Women often describe 2 different aches. The ache of being invisible and the ache of being seen only as an object. Desire that nourishes comes from noticing particularity. The way she laughs, the way she thinks, the small things she avoids showing. This is where attraction deepens into devotion. Epictetus taught that our judgments shape our feelings. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Desire that matures is rooted in intentional appreciation, deciding to value the person as a whole, not just a moment. Think of a time you felt truly seen. What did the other person do? Name 3 details they noticed. Now recall the last time you felt objectified or hurried. What was missing? The gap between those 2 memories shows what to cultivate. This mini-retreat focuses on attunement and non-sexual desire building. Phase 1. The praise map. 45 minutes, each partner writes 10 specific things they genuinely admire about the other. No generic phrases. Example: you remember the names of my friends. Or you listen when I describe a dream. Read them aloud slowly. No commentary, just absorb. Phase 2. The mirror exchange. 20 minutes sit facing each other. Look into your partner's eyes for 2 minutes. Without words, convey appreciation with small gestures. A hand on a shoulder, a soft smile. Then say 1 sentence of real desire: I love how you're mind, or I'm drawn to when you. Phase 3. Sensory noticing walk. 45 minutes, take a slow walk together. Each person takes turns naming 3 things they notice about the other right now: voice, posture, tiny habits. This trains the brain to notice and desire the living details. Not an ideal, but the person in front of you. Conversation tools to increase appreciation. Practical lines. Tell me 1 small thing you did today that mattered to you. I noticed you handled that situation so calmly. Teach me how you do that. When you I felt concrete, immediate. Compliments that focus on unique actions and inner qualities build desire. Compliments that reduce a person to a single body part or a generic phrase create distance. Aim for specificity and truth. We've just opened the door to 2 of the deepest cravings: the need for steady emotional safety and the need to be genuinely desired. Both are practices, skills that require attention more than technique. Over time, cultivating these will transform the bedroom into a place where vulnerability is received, where desire is tended, and where 2 people can be both brave and gentle. If this part landed for you, do 2 quick things right now. Subscribe if you haven't, and comment below with 1 micro promise you can keep this week to build safety or desire. I'll pull a comment to respond to. In part 2, we'll explore points 3 and 4, how curiosity and erotic imagination change everything, and why boundaries double your capacity to be close. That's where the practice gets richer. See you in part 2. Welcome back to part 2. In part 1, we open the conversation with 2 deep truths. Women crave emotional safety, and they crave the feeling of being genuinely desired. Those are the foundations. Now, we move into the next 2 cravings, both often hidden beneath the surface, both transformative when honored. In this chapter, we'll explore curiosity and erotic imagination, and respect for boundaries. These aren't just skills. They're philosophies of living, rooted in Stoic discipline and modern intimacy. Remember, Stoicism isn't cold detachment. It's disciplined warmth, grounded presence, and deep clarity. Take a breath. Settle in. Let's begin. Point 3. Curiosity and erotic imagination. Summary. Women crave curiosity that doesn't judge, and erotic imagination that keeps intimacy alive, playful, and evolving. Why it matters. Stale intimacy dies not from lack of passion, but from lack of curiosity. Desire withers when it assumes it knows everything. Women crave a partner who remains curious, not just about their body, but about their inner world, their shifting moods, their evolving fantasies. Erotic imagination is not theater. It's exploration. It says, "You are a mystery I will never fully solve, and that excites me." Seneca once wrote, "Life, if well lived, is long enough." A well-lived intimacy, too, is long enough when curiosity fuels it. Curiosity is not rushing to conquer. It's expanding time by being fascinated. To approach your partner with curiosity is to stretch the life of desire, making it evergreen. Ask yourself, when was the last time I was truly curious? Not about what I wanted, but about what she longed for? Do I approach with questions or assumptions? Do I allow her fantasies to exist, Or do I shrink them with fear? If I saw her as a shifting poem, not a solved puzzle, how would I touch her differently? This is a 3-part evening practice designed to awaken erotic imagination. Phase 1, the question game. 30 minutes, each partner writes 5 questions they've never asked the other. Curious, open, non-judging. Examples: what do you wish I noticed more about you? Or what is one fantasy you've been too shy to mention? Each partner asks and answers in turn. Phase 2, the fantasy map. 45 minutes together. Create 3 categories: soft desires, things you'd like to try; wild wishes, dreamlike or theatrical ideas; and no-go zones, clear boundaries. Place 1 or 2 items in each. This isn't about doing everything. It's about sharing imagination without shame. Phase 3, the playful experiment. 30 minutes, choose one small idea from the map. Something soft, light, approachable. Try it with gentleness, no pressure. The rule: laughter counts as success. Practical micro-habits for curiosity. Ask one new question every week about something beyond the physical. When she shares, avoid fixing or reacting. Say, "Tell me more." Allow humor and play in intimacy. It softens fear and fuels imagination. Right now, think of one thing you've always wondered about your partner but never asked. Imagine asking, not to pry but to learn. Feel the difference in your body when you approach with curiosity, not control. Point 4, respect for boundaries. Women crave a partner who respects boundaries. Physical, emotional, and spiritual. True freedom is born when no one feels coerced, when no is honored, and when space is as sacred as closeness. Why it matters. Many people confuse passion with pressure, but lasting intimacy is impossible without trust that boundaries will be honored. Women crave the assurance that saying "not tonight" won't be punished with silence, guilt, or resentment. They crave the ability to open fully, knowing they can also close safely. Boundaries are not walls, they are doors with locks, and only respect keeps the key. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Respecting boundaries begins with self-mastery. Governing your own impulses, slowing down enough to listen, and knowing that your worth does not depend on constant access. Reflect. How do I react when someone tells me no? Do I sulk? Do I push back? Or do I breathe and say, "Thank you for being honest"? True respect is not shown in words when things go well, but in actions when things are denied. The boundary exchange. Try this once a month to strengthen trust. Phase 1, boundary inventory. 30 minutes, each person writes 3 current boundaries. 1 physical, 1 emotional, 1 situational. Example: I need no screens in the bedroom, or I need a pause when I feel overwhelmed. Phase 2, safe share. 30 minutes, each reads their boundaries aloud. The other repeats them back to confirm they're understood. No debate, no negotiation, just listening. Phase 3, gratitude ritual. 15 minutes, each partner thanks the other for protecting their limits. This trains appreciation instead of resentment. Micro habits to honor boundaries. When you hear no, respond with, "I respect that. Thank you for telling me." Ask before initiating new forms of touch or play. Recognize that energy levels shift. Consent is living, not permanent. Imagine your partner saying no tonight. Picture yourself smiling softly, thanking them, and offering comfort instead of pressure. How does your body feel when you imagine responding that way? We've now explored 2 more cravings: curiosity that keeps intimacy alive, and boundaries that keep it safe. Together, they create both freedom and depth. A woman who feels she can dream without shame and say no without fear is a woman who will trust you with more than her body. She'll trust you with her soul. If this part speaks to you, pause for a moment and subscribe if you haven't. Drop a comment below. Which matters more to you right now, curiosity or boundaries? I'd love to hear your reflections. In part 3, we'll step into cravings 5 and 6. Emotional presence in the moment, and aftercare and reassurance. 2 of the most overlooked yet powerful forces in intimacy. Stay with me, and we'll continue building the map together. Welcome back to part 3. In the last session, we explored 2 deep cravings: curiosity and erotic imagination, and the honoring of boundaries. Both are bridges, one reaching toward discovery, the other protecting safety. Now we walk into two more cravings that are often invisible until they're missing: emotional presence in the moment, and aftercare and reassurance. These may not sound glamorous, but they are the glue of intimacy. Without them, passion feels hollow. With them, intimacy becomes enduring. Let's move deeper. Point 5. Emotional presence in the moment. Women crave a partner who is fully present, body, mind, and spirit, without distractions or divided attention. Why it matters. Imagine sharing your body with someone whose mind is elsewhere, lost in tomorrow's deadlines, replaying yesterday's arguments, or scrolling on a screen right before touching you. Presence cannot be faked. It is felt in the way you breathe, the way your eyes linger, the way you put aside everything except this moment. Women crave presence not because it's rare, but because it is sacred. Marcus Aurelius urged himself, confine yourself to the present. In intimacy, this is radical advice. It means not rushing ahead to outcome, not lingering on insecurities, but giving your undivided attention to the here and now. Presence is the highest form of respect. Ask yourself, when I am intimate, where does my mind wander? Am I counting, evaluating, comparing, or rehearsing? Or am I immersed in the breath, the skin, the heartbeat before me? True presence requires discipline, not fighting distraction, but gently returning again and again to the now. This ritual trains couples to anchor into presence before intimacy. Phase 1, the silent breath. 10 minutes sit face to face. Each places one hand on the other's chest. Breathe together until your rhythms align. No words, only breath. Phase 2, the 5 senses grounding. 20 minutes take turns naming what you notice. 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste. This pulls both of you into embodied awareness. Phase 3, the slow touch. 15 minutes for 5 minutes. One partner touches the other with full focus. No agenda, no rush. Then switch. The rule: no multitasking mind. Only touch, only attention. Micro habits for presence. Put your phone away 30 minutes before intimacy. Use eye contact as an anchor. When you notice distraction, return to the eyes. Speak one sentence that names the moment. Right now, I feel. This roots both of you in the present. Take one deep breath. Imagine setting down your entire day, work, stress, noise, on the floor beside you. In this moment, nothing exists but the heartbeat across from you. Point 6. Aftercare and reassurance. Women crave reassurance and aftercare, not because they are fragile, but because intimacy opens hidden chambers of the heart that deserve tending. Why it matters. Too often, culture reduces intimacy to climax and collapse, but the body may relax while the heart remains exposed. Aftercare is not an extra. It is the completion of intimacy. It says, I am here not just for the act, but for the whole of you, before, during, and after. Women crave the warmth of reassurance. A held hand, a whispered word, the simple act of staying. Without it, closeness feels transactional. With it, closeness feels like belonging. Seneca wrote, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Aftercare is kindness in its purest form. It's remembering that even passion leaves echoes, and kindness softens those echoes into music. Ask, do I tend to disappear after intimacy, physically or emotionally? Do I assume everything is fine once the act is over? Or do I stay long enough to let silence turn into safety? How might reassurance change the way my partner trusts me next time? A structured ritual that strengthens reassurance. Phase 1. The shared blanket. 15 minutes after intimacy, cover yourselves with the same blanket. Physical warmth translates into emotional safety. No rush to separate. Phase 2. The gratitude exchange. 20 minutes each partner speaks one thing they appreciated about the other during intimacy. Not performance, but presence, effort, or tenderness. Phase 3. The gentle wind down. 20 minutes engage in a calm activity together. Tea, music, reading aloud. The goal is not to extend passion, but to weave it into ordinary life with care. Micro habits for aftercare. Always offer water, comfort, or touch after intimacy. Use gentle affirmations like, "I loved that moment," or "I'm glad we shared this." Avoid rushing back to distractions. Let the connection breathe. Imagine lying together in quiet. Hear yourself whisper, "I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere." Feel how reassurance changes the memory of what came before. We've now touched two more essential cravings: presence in the moment and reassurance afterward. Together, they remind us that intimacy is not a single spark but a full arc, from the silence before to the fire within to the calm after. Women crave partners who understand this arc and honor it, not as duty, but as devotion. If you've stayed with me through this, pause now and subscribe if you haven't. And I invite you to comment below. Do you find presence harder to give, or aftercare easier to forget? Your honesty may help someone else reflect. In part 4, we'll enter the final craving, perhaps the most profound of all: shared meaning and spiritual connection in intimacy. It's what turns touch into transcendence, and pleasure into purpose. Stay with me, we're almost at the summit. Welcome to part 4, the final step in this journey. So far, we've uncovered 6 cravings: emotional safety, being desired, curiosity, boundaries, presence, and aftercare. Together, they form the foundation of true intimacy. But the 7th craving, the one we now turn to, is deeper than passion, deeper than pleasure. It is the craving for shared meaning and spiritual connection in intimacy. This is what elevates the bedroom from a private act to a sacred encounter. It is the summit of all we've built so far. Point 7. Shared meaning and spiritual connection. Women crave intimacy that feels purposeful, meaningful, and even sacred, where physical closeness becomes an expression of something larger than both partners. Why it matters. At the deepest level, intimacy is not just about the body. It is about aligning hearts, spirits, and even destinies. Many women crave not only the pleasure of touch but the sense that each moment of closeness means something, that it is not random or routine, but part of a larger story of love, trust, and devotion. Without meaning, passion fades into repetition. With meaning, passion becomes timeless. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the hive cannot be good for the bee." In other words, our private acts matter to the whole of our life. Intimacy that connects two people spiritually strengthens not just their bond, but the way they move in the world. Shared meaning gives intimacy weight. It makes it life-giving, not just life-consuming. Ask yourself, what larger story does my intimacy tell? Is it a story of self-indulgence, or of shared devotion? Do I treat the bedroom as a private escape, or as a temple where love is renewed? How would it change me if every touch were an offering, not a transaction? This retreat transforms intimacy into a shared spiritual practice. Phase 1. The candle moment. 15 minutes begin by lighting a candle together. State aloud one intention for your connection tonight. Not a goal, but a feeling. Examples: I want us to feel gratitude, or I want us to rest in each other. Phase 2. The sacred pause. 20 minutes before touching, spend a few minutes in silent eye contact. Let the silence feel holy. Let it remind you that you are not just bodies. You are souls that have chosen to meet. Phase 3. The union ritual. 30 to 60 minutes approach intimacy slowly, intentionally. Pause often. Whisper what this moment means to you. End with a shared affirmation like, "We are building something greater than ourselves." Phase 4. The integration. 20 minutes afterward, journal together or speak aloud. What did tonight mean for you? Let words anchor the sacredness of the moment. Micro habits for shared meaning. Begin intimacy with a shared breath or small ritual. Speak affirmations during or after. This means something to me. Align intimacy with life goals. Talk about how closeness strengthens your shared vision. Picture your next moment of intimacy as a small temple. Imagine entering it with reverence, as if each touch, each word is a prayer. How would that change the way you show up? We have arrived at the summit. 7 cravings, woven together. Safety, desire, curiosity, boundaries, presence, aftercare, and shared meaning. These are not tricks. They are practices of love. They are the art of being both strong and gentle, disciplined and open, stoic and passionate. Women do not crave perfection. They crave sincerity. They crave the steady work of a partner who treats intimacy not as a performance, but as a pilgrimage, a path you walk together again and again. Remember the words of Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If you want to be a partner who offers safety, presence, and meaning, say it now. Then do it. Each night, each touch, each promise kept. If this journey spoke to you, join our growing circle. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom on relationships and intimacy. Comment below with the craving that resonated with you most. Your reflections might inspire someone else. And if you found meaning here, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Thank you for staying through all 4 parts. Remember, intimacy is not just what you do in the dark, it is the light you carry into every corner of life.